Today we are going to work on solving proportions in word problems. So hopefully by the end of today's lesson you will be comfortable solving proportions with word problems. Kendall cycled a total of 12 kilometers by making 4 trips to work. After 5 trips to work, how many kilometers will Kendall have cycled in total? So we're going to set up our proportion, and we can see that she had cycled 12 kilometers in 4 trips. So 12 kilometers in 4 trips. And we want to know after 5 trips, how many kilometers. So we're solving for X number of kilometers in 5 trips. So you will cross multiply. 5 times 12 is 60. And 4 times X is 4X. You are welcome to use a calculator on this lesson if you need to. But remember, when you have 4X, that is the same as saying 4 multiplied by X. So the inverse of that is to divide by 4, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, and that cancels out, which is exactly what we needed, was to have X by itself. If we divide by 4 on one side of our equation, we have to divide by 4 on the other side. So you would do 60 divided by 4, which is 15, which means that she would bike 15 kilometers in 5 trips. Okay, in this one, Michael took a total of 4 quizzes in 2 weeks. So 4 quizzes, 2 weeks. And we want to know after attending 3 weeks, so we want to keep our weeks on the bottom if that's where we started them, then how many quizzes, so X number of quizzes, will he have taken? So 2 times X is 2X, and 4 times 3 is 12. So to solve this one-step equation, remember we're going to divide by 2. Those will cancel because 2 divided by 2 is 1, and we don't put a 1 in front of our variable. And we have to divide by 2 on the other side, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So he will have taken 6 quizzes in 3 weeks. Go ahead and pause your video and try this one on your own. Victoria jarred 25 liters of jam, so 25 liters in 5 days. If she wants to jar 35 liters, then how many days is that going to take her? So X number of days. 25 multiplied by X is 25X. And 5 multiplied by 35 is 175. To solve this one-step equation, we would divide by 25 on both sides of our equation, leaving us with X equals, and 175 divided by 25 is 7. So it would take her 7 days to jar 35 liters of jam. Pause your video and try this problem on your own. So Susie used 28 centimeters of tape to wrap 4 presents. And we need to know if she uses 49 centimeters of tape, how many presents could she wrap? So to solve our proportion, we're going to cross multiply. 28 times X is 28X. You may use your calculator for these calculations. So 4 multiplied by 49 is 196. We will divide by 28 on both sides of our equation. And 196 divided by 28 is 7. So that means she could wrap 7 presents with 49 centimeters of tape. Pause your video and try this one on your own. This one is a little more tricky, so you're going to want to be very careful as you work through problems like this one, where you're still kind of comparing the same thing. Like in this one, we are comparing dolphins. However, we're comparing the ones that have been marked to the total number. So be very careful with that. So it says in that second sentence that Robert catches 22 dolphins and marks them and then releases them. Later on, he catches 400 dolphins and 11 of those 400 are marked. So let's use that second sentence there to get us started, or that third sentence, I'm sorry, that is comparing those to get our ratios set up. Okay, so let's see here. We said that 11 were marked out of the 400. And I'm just going to put a D for dolphins. And we want to know if 22 are marked, then what is the total number of dolphins? So this doesn't always happen, but in this particular one, it's really easy to go from 11 to 22 by multiplying by 2. So we're just multiplying the bottom by 2 as well, which would be 800. So we're saying that 800 of the 22 marked. Pause your video and try this one. So we can see that 24 tagged gophers out of the 520. That's what you're going to use just to set up your proportion. So 24 were tagged out of the 520 gophers. And we are wanting to know if 36 have been marked or tagged, then how many total would that be? So we're going to solve for x. So go ahead and cross multiply. So you would do 24 multiplied by x, which is 24x. And you would do 520 multiplied by 36, which is 18,720. We will solve this one-step equation by dividing by 24. So 18,720 divided by 24 is 780. Go ahead and pause your video and try this one on your own. So we can see that 450, 60 are marked in these butterflies. And then we are solving for 88. Okay. So 60 are marked of this 450. So we are solving for the total number of butterflies based on that 88. So 60 multiplied by x is 60x. And 450 multiplied by 88 is 39,600. We will divide by 60 on both sides to solve this one-step equation. 39,600 divided by 60 is 660. This is your last problem, so pause your video and make sure that you are doing well at solving proportions. So we can see when she later traps 850, 34 of those are marked. So we're going to use that to set up our proportion. So 34 were marked out of 850 scorpion. So we're just going to leave that the same way. So then look through the rest of your question. So she has trapped and marked 180. So we want to know how many that will be, how many total. So 34 multiplied by x is 34x. and then you would do 850 multiplied by 180, which is 153,000. You would divide by 34 on both sides of your equation. And 153,000 divided by 34 is 4,500. Please complete the exit slip before completing the assessment.